Greetings everyone, I hope you're doing amazing. I am Anisha Dhingra again, a psychologist, and today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic and a very important one. Why I'm saying interesting that you'll get to know throughout the video. Really enjoy what I'm talking to you. And why I'm saying it's important because I've observed that over and over again, sometimes we engage in similar kind of behavioral issues or behavioral patterns or our thinking patterns leading to almost same kind of consequences, almost similar results, and sometimes we are not really happy about it. Sometimes it can be very uncomfortable for us, and then I have found that some people blame themselves or blame the god, that why every time me, why is it happening to me every time? Because until unless we are conscious about our patterns, we keep on repeating it. So today we'll try to be conscious about our patterns, and if it is happening, then we'll identify that is it actually helping me or is it not helping me, and if it's not helping me, what can be a better approach towards life. So stay tuned. So, as we're going to talk about this topic, I have a question for you before we jump onto the topic. And the question is, are you protecting yourselves or are you overprotecting yourselves? What is your answer? Do you think you're protecting or you're overprotecting? And if you don't have answer, don't worry. I'll just clarify in a minute that what is the difference between protection and overprotection and what are the consequences of it. So, before we jump on to this difference and the problems and everything, I would just like to talk about this basic need of protection. So just like water, just like food, just like shelter, we have a very basic, instinctive and evolutionary need, that is self-protection or protecting ourselves. So it has been there since we were evolving. It has helped us out throughout to survive. So it's a very basic and very crucial need that has helped us out to survive, and it has been continued. Now also, if we are out or we are at any place, we search for the cues, and as soon as there is any cue that may indicate that there is some threat around, immediately our fight, flight or freeze response is activated, and this brings the protection need or the desire to protect ourselves. But for in some cases, this basic need of protection can turn into overprotection, where we are overly protecting ourselves, and sometimes not even in the presence of these danger cues. It's happening automatically. So do not hesitate. I'll talk about the difference, how it's done. But talking about the need of protection, why it is happening. Once I told you about the it's a very basic need, it's a very evolutionary need we are having, but there can be other reasons also. Like, I believe you all are at certain age, and definitely we have gone through a lot of experiences, and some may include positive experience, comfortable experience or uncomfortable experience also. We also sometimes have some kind of traumas, griefs, and situations that were really really intense at that time. So all those emotions, all those experiences make us feel that we need to protect ourselves. And though anxiety is a very basic mechanism that is happening, it's a very natural emotion, but when anxiety turns into unhealthy anxiety, where it is diagnosed as anxiety disorder, that time the anxiety is happening even in absence of threatening cues. Sometimes it happens. So in those cases, we have a tendency to overprotect us, even in case of either not having any cue or a slightest of cue can actually indicate and trigger that overprotective mechanism. So in those cases it can happen, and overprotection can also happen because of learning. Per se, when I was a kid, I was not afraid of cockroach, and if you see, cockroach can actually not harm us. So we don't have that fear of cockroach, that is very innate to us. But we see our parents, we see our friends that they're afraid of this particular thing, and that makes us think that there's something wrong with the cockroach and we need to be afraid. Similarly, if I am going outside, but my mother is very protective, she's keeping on saying that, when you're going outside, take care of this, take care of that, don't go alone, and all these things. So, what is exactly happening? Somewhere in my mind, or somewhere in the mind of that child, it's giving a reflection that it's not safe out there. So we need to protect ourselves, and that is actually creating the need of protection, and that might also extend it to overprotection. So these are the basic reasons why we have the need and why it may turn into overprotection. Now quickly we'll talk about the difference in protection and overprotection. So now talking about the difference, how do we identify if I am overprotecting myself or I am just simply protecting myself? If you find yourselves protecting yourselves when there is a real threat, a real potential that can harm you, that is basically the need of protecting, which is very natural. But if you find yourselves that sometimes there's no actual threat, and in COVID time it happened a lot of people were not even going out, they had no connection outside, but they were so much afraid that that would happen that they started overprotecting them. So the cue of threat wasn't really there, it was there in somewhere in our mind. So sometimes this may happen, and sometimes what may happen, there might be a cue, but the intensity of the threat is so small and we are protecting ourselves too high. So you can see a discrepancy in the intensity of threat and the protection. If this is happening, then there might be an indication that we are overprotecting ourselves. Now what could be the other indications? Sometimes we tend to limit ourselves to a bubble, because that bubble makes us feel that we are protected in this shell. But what is actually happening? That bubble is not even letting us see that if that threat that I am assuming, is it a real one or I'm just assuming it to be like that. A lot of people tell me, Anisha, I've been so afraid that I have not even tried to figure out if that was a real threat or a bubble created by my own fears. So now what would happen? In the therapy session, in a very safe space, we as a therapist would let them explore that it was a real threat or it was something that our mind was playing a trick just on the name of protecting ourselves. And then they would actually find out what was happening. Now what other thing indicate that we might be overprotecting ourselves is that sometimes we tend to relate the present events that are happening to the past events. Like past may this happened, and mainly it happened in relationship issues and insecurities and trust issues, that in the past my trust was broken and now I cannot give a fair chance to a new person who's coming. So I'm wearing those goggles of my past and not being able to see what is happening in the present fairly, with a fair chance. So these may indicate that I am using overprotection here. We may tend to sometimes avoid confrontation just because we want to create that shell. We want to overprotect ourselves and we do not communicate what we need. So these might be symptoms, the signs, and also this can actually hamper our growth. If you see that you really want to do something, maybe in academics, maybe with your friends, maybe within yourselves, that I want to do a lot of self-awareness, but there's something that is stopping me, there might be a chance that we are overprotecting ourselves there. Now let's try to understand that if we are talking that okay, these are the signs that I might be overprotecting myself, so what are the harms, what wrong can go? So here I tell you what wrong can actually happen. First very simple thing is, if I am overprotecting myself, I'm not taking even a smallest risk to identify that this might be a problem or this might not be a problem. So I am kind of living in the same bubble, assuming that there is a threat outside. I'm just not going out of it. So I'm limiting myself from that. And secondly, what can happen, that you would like to run away from responsibilities. Per se, I want to be overprotected for myself. I don't want to face my fear. I don't want to face the failure also. So now every time if I am given an opportunity to speak up and take a presentation or do something in my areas that can actually help me to grow, I am running away from the responsibility because of my fear that I may fail or I may, you know, not be good enough. So all these overprotections are actually making us limited and not being able to explore and do something that we can actually achieve. Then there can be a need of control everywhere. Why? Per se, if I am overprotecting myself, I am in the shell. So now I would have a condition for myself that either I would like to be in that shell or I would like to control everything. And it leads to a very uncomfortable situation where we need to control everything, because practically speaking, it's quite not possible to control everything. And if anything goes out of control, even the tiniest one, and again this has happened a lot in the COVID scenario, if even the tiniest thing has been out of control, we would immediately jump in that shell of overprotection. And not only that, it interferes our relationships also. Per se, like I mentioned, if I was having some trust issues, so my overprotection, just to avoid those friends or those people who might break my trust, I would just not engage myself freely into a new relationship. I may constantly be in search of the cues for protection from the threat, and that way I might be overly vigilant about what other people are saying or what other people are doing. So that makes me very uncomfortable around people, or that would make me very anxious around the people. So this may also happen. And then lastly, the fear builds up itself. If we are staying in a same shell, we are not going out of it, and we are assuming the threat is out there, it is going to constantly increase than it was previously. So if you're thinking that if we are protecting ourselves into that shell, it's doing a good thing to us, then I would suggest you to think about it again. Now, since you are already an expert about the difference in overprotecting and everything regarding overprotecting yourselves and protecting yourselves, you must be saying, Anisha, get to the solutions. What do I do if I figure out I am overprotecting? So do not worry, I am here for you. So the very first thing, why it is happening, as I mentioned, it's a very basic need of protecting ourselves, and there is a cue that that sounds very threatening to us. So the first thing we can do is do some relaxation activities, and every person respond differently to different relaxation activities. There are so many relaxation activities out there, and which can be even individualized for you if you visit a counseling center or a therapy center. So first of all, it's very important to know what can help you out to relax much. The second thing is listen to your needs. It's very important to know that what are the things that are making us either protect ourselves or overprotect ourselves. The reasons are very important, and therefore it's always better to find a healthy way to respond. Do some self monitoring, find out that these things are there that are making me overprotect myself, and what can be a better option to actually manage my need of protection and help myself with this particular cue if this is coming. And sometimes it would happen genuinely that you're trying but you're not able to understand what is happening and how to control it. Do not worry there, because sometimes it happens that the needs or the reasons that we are overprotecting ourselves can go beyond the conscious level. So sometimes we might not be either aware about it, or we might not pay that much of attention. For us it may seem like it's very trivial, it's very small issue, why would that create so much of problem? But that might be like an open wound which may increase the rate of infection. And by that I mean, if there's any event that happened that may create some fear or insecurity, because of which we may actually overprotect ourselves. So there can be several reasons and there can be several strategies that can be utilized for yourself, and that will help you to manage this balance of protecting yourself and not overprotecting, because now you know what can go wrong if we are overprotecting. So do not worry guys, if anything as such is happening, we the team of Basil Mind, we have amazing psychologists here, and we would love to help you out. We would love to develop that self awareness within you and empower you so that you can see and you can identify yourselves and manage all the concerns. So we will be very happy to help you out. Feel free to reach out. And lastly, I would like to say, if you like the video, press the like button, press subscribe and do share. Thank you everyone. Have a great day.